up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. A strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a 1st down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Ravens had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road, but now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Inside handoff, Henry. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Out to his left. That is incomplete. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. If you look at this Browns defense, they are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going. And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Jackson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run forward with Henry. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
10 at the 17-yard line.
Jackson now. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 7-yard line.
Go.
Now Jackson. Throwing out left and finding Likely. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Isaiah Likely, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Sanders. Setting up a screen for Jenkins. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Come on.
From the gun, it's Shador. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Hey, look at this defense. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. Oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. But Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That gets all the way to the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has a little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Henry up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd down at the 33-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. They set up the screen for Henry. Finding space at the 40. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First down carry for Henry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Again to Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front They won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. This will go to Henry out wide. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now a handoff to Henry. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
4th down, here's Jackson. And shutting him off, now open field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Ravens take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in early going.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kid team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. To throw now. Here's Sanders. They got a man and he hits him in stride. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. It's a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him last week?
Well, I think all things considered, he played pretty well, and I don't think I pinned the loss on him. But there's no question, this is a learning process, and that was step 1, and he's hoping on the road to glory.
They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
On first down is Jenkins. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. That's to his running back, Quinshon Judkins. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Now Sanders. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Out of the gun here, Sanders. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Henry again on second down. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Here comes third and the length of the football. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And back deep, Deontay Johnson. It's a 54-yard punt with a return of 11. And the Browns will take over first and 10.
At their own 43-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On play action, here's Shadur. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Sione Takitaki leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Sanders. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41.
First and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Now inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Cut 19! Cut 19! Come on, come on.
Throwing, Sanders. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Sanders. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line.
And I'm not sure if he got a little sloppy with his mechanics or just put too much juice on the snap. But either way, this one ends up out of the punter's reach. And that's up to their defense to bail them out.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Adafe always so quick, and he gets to him there behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go, here we go.
To throw is Sanders. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 21-0 lead already, no need really to take any unnecessary risks. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Baltimore, first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They go play action now. Jackson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Part of the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets that big gain, and they'll come right back with another first and 10.
Final play and a half here. It's Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 5. Sanders. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Sanders to throw. He'll swing this out to Judkins. And they'll bring it down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a fourth down?
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They run wide side with Henry. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the Browns' 39-yard line.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Runs through the contact. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And this is incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Myles Garrett. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll set up to throw. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
They'll go. Here's Sanders. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Well, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. 4 records the pickup, first down.
First down, Cleveland.
Back to throw. Sanders. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touchdown. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his time.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit.
Kick is good.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Up past the 30, second down coming up.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Second down, they go again with Henry. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This now a 3rd and 4. Play action. Now Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Johnson on the return. Shoves him away. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
The Browns take over 1st and 10. At their own
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
To throw is Sanders, operating from the gun. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready.
Looking to throw. Sanders. Pass caught by Phantom. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Play action. It's Sanders. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Jeudy. Touchdown! Jerry Jeudy with now his 2nd touchdown of this third quarter. And the Browns are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
His kick is good.
Hopkins with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The Browns Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Oh, boy, Derrick Henry shaken up after that last play and in some discomfort down there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. Rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Brandon, this is the time of the game where Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the road.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9. To throw is Jackson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
The Ravens on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now Jackson. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. 1st down, here's Mitchell. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Jackson. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal to start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. To throw now. Here's Sanders. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Here's Sanders. He finds his man complete. It's Fuller. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. But probably not the last one we're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a two-score lead in the fourth quarter. From the 41, here's second down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Right back to Mitchell here. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
What? Yeah.
Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Sanders. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
They go play action now. Sanders checks it down to Jenkins. And able to get this across the 20 before going into bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start. But now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball. Getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Mitchell. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Just shy of the goal line. No gain on the play.
Once more with Mitchell. And this time he is in. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Point after, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35. The Browns drive about to get started. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Let's go now. Grab your line. 19 light.
Throwing. Sanders. He gets this one to Johnson. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Sanders. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are looking like they're going to come away with a victory. They run over center with Mitchell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Officially, they'll call that a 9-yard pickup there, and it leaves them in a good spot here. Second down and inches upcoming. Another run with Mitchell.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. A short throw caught by Andrews. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens add 6 to their lead. Luke now for the extra point. And this hits off the right upright, but it finds its way through. Could have gone either way, but he got it to go. The kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. Just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's go out here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Out of the gun here, Sanders. Under pressure, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Baltimore, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
What defines my name? What defines my name?